What a whirlwind of a day. Nothing really went to plan. We got amazing food. Corn was disappointing. An hour walk took forever. It's been a good day though.
If you're new around here, my name's Emily and this is my partner Jordan. We're an Australian couple on a mission to spend our savings travelling the world. In our last episode, we just had a few nights in Istanbul where we explored the city and celebrated the Turkey Republic Day in a very busy Taksim Square. Yesterday, we caught an unexpectedly comfortable bus to spend a few days in the quieter and gorgeous seaside town of Çanakkale.
Never been much of a runner, but since we're in the same spot for a few days, it's a good habit to get into. And we have been eating way too much food because the food in Turkey is just incredible.
We have a huge day planned, starting with getting changed. And now we need to figure out how to get to Gallipoli. The reason we've come to Çanakkale is because we wanted a place so we could knuckle down for a few weeks and catch up on some work.
If you don't know, Çanakkale is about 5 hours by bus from Istanbul. We got here a few days ago and have just been loving it. It is way quieter than Istanbul, way less tourists, and it's on the sea. It's so nice.
Honestly think we picked a really good place to have a week.
Plus our Airbnb is so cute and it's only like $36 a night. So it's been great for the budget as well. The reason we chose Çanakkale is because of how much history is there. We're about to jump on the ferry, cross to the Gallipoli Peninsula. Eceabat?
Yes, Eceabat.
Thank you. Yay! To be completely honest, we don't really know how this day is going to go. There is no information we can find online about how to get to Anzac Cove by yourself. And the tours cost about 60 Australian dollars each. We do know that we can get this ferry across from Çanakkale to Eceabat. It's cost 10 lira each to get over there.
There was nothing online except the guided tours. Because it's on the other side of the peninsula, it's either a really, really long hike, an expensive taxi, or best case scenario, we're hoping for some sort of shuttle bus that will be able to take us across. But we really have no idea.
This is so much fun. We got to sit next to a dog, so it's been a great ferry trip so far. All the seagulls were like flying right next to the ferry as we took off. And I think we're, maybe 10 minutes away now?
I'd say so. I think not knowing what we're doing once we get to that side makes it feel like a bit of an adventure. Like I feel like I'm on an adventure right now.
It does look like there's at least one tour bus on board. We were hoping by getting the 10 a.m. ferry across we'd miss it because we know that there's a massive tour that goes across at midday.
But it also means we might be able to hitch a ride with them. Who knows?
Just jump in, hope they don't notice.
Yeah. First part of this trip, very easy.
This is definitely the stressful bit. We've just jumped on a bus that we aren't really 100% sure where it's going. Jordan thinks it's going to take us to the beach that's right near Anzac Cove. So hopefully that's true. There's no bus driver, there's no ticket person. We've literally just hopped on a random bus.
We know this bus is going to take us at least to the correct side of the peninsula we want to be on. Don't know how much it costs, don't know when it leaves, don't know how long the bus ride is, but it's an adventure day. At least we'll be close to where we need to be. We'll see.
I have zero new information. I asked another bus driver and he just said Gallipoli. So that's nice. But I did find Simmons. So at least we'll be full if we're lost. Okay. Okay, we're not sure when that bus leaves, and it would still be an hour walk from where it drops off to Anzac Cove, so we're gonna go see how much a taxi would be, because then we'd get there straight away. Already very different to what I pictured.
Yeah, me too.
Like, so much further away from anything. I don't know.
Probably a good move getting the taxi. The distances between them, even though it says an hour walk, it looks like it's pretty much on a road. Really not sure how we're going to make our way back. Best case scenario, we walk all the way down back to that beach, Eceabat beach, and we catch the same shuttle bus we were going to catch there back to the port. Don't know how it's going to go, but we're here now.
We listened to a few podcasts and watched a few documentaries about the Gallipoli campaign before we came here, just to make sure that we sort of got the most out of being here. As Australians, this is obviously such an important place in our history, and just being at Anzac Cove, somewhere that we literally see televised every single year at dawn service on April 25th, it's quite surreal. I can't even imagine what they would have been thinking when they landed here. Trying to keep it light and not get too bogged down in the heavy feelings of today though. I'm super glad we came. I think it's a very important part of our history to remember. But I don't want to be too negative and sad, and I don't know what to say.
We're not sure how this is going to go, but we're going to try and walk along the coast all the way down and see all the sights on the way. Don't even know if that's possible, but we'll see. the things we learnt or relearnt when we were doing some research about this is when they retreated, they didn't lose a single life. And it was partly because they rigged their rifles with a little bit of a water contraption where it would drip slowly, and when enough weight would build up, it would fire their rifle. So it was still thought that the Anzacs were in the trenches when they were actually all retreating. If you're planning on walking along the beach, know that it does end. Probably don't recommend walking it.
Quite a long 1 hour walk along the beach. We did get a really nice moment though. We were walking through like a forest with 4 puppies. It was so nice.
Yeah, they were very cute, but there's not many designated walking paths at all. You're on the side of the road a lot of the time, so I think maybe a tour for people that can afford it.
Yeah, otherwise maybe just like we could have easily called a taxi driver. Like we did definitely make the decision to keep walking. The ferry over and a taxi by yourself is going to be way cheaper than a tour anyway, so that's probably what I would do. But we've made our way to what we thought was Eceabat beach, but it's not.
It is on the map, but it's closed. I didn't know you could close
a
beach like this.
Unless we're just being idiots and we're in the wrong spot, but there is a sign right behind us that says the shuttle should pick up here in about 15 minutes. So I think we're going to sit for a while. If that comes, we'll probably get that back to the ferry and catch the ferry back across to Çanakkale. If it doesn't come,
we're going to keep walking. All right, we just talked to the port security guard. He told us that the season for the beach stopped about a week ago, so that they just don't open, which we didn't know and is not online anywhere. So if you're coming at the end of October, I guess the end of October.
it's winter.
Yeah, as soon as it hits November, it's not open. But he told us there's a cafe down here and we should be able to get a shuttle back to Eceabat from here quite soon.
Woo.
Not too bad. Good result. On the shuttle.
99% sure that this is the bus we sat on for like 5 minutes this morning.
Definitely is. But we're on our way back.
And we have a Sprite.
There's 3 things I want to try when we're back to Çanakkale. The mussels, even though we don't like seafood, they're really famous. They also have corn everywhere here. We found 9 stalls in a row of corn, so that's going to be good. And finally, the Turkish taco, which I'm so excited for.
It smells amazing. We've walked past this one shop a couple of times and each time we almost get wafted in by it.
It does have an actual name, but I forget what it is.
Tantuni or something
Tantuni,
like that?
yeah. Not only is there heaps of history for the Anzacs here and the Turkish people, but apparently we're also a half an hour drive from Troy, like the ancient city of Troy.
The Troy where they put that horse in front and like all the people were up it and got brought in and then all the people came out. That Troy from the movie. Speaking of the movie, the actual horse prop from the movie Troy is here.
Finally we get to eat. We did pass someone, I think, selling mussels, so even though we don't like seafood, see what they're like?
It's obviously got the mussel, but I'm pretty sure there's rice involved somehow.
Really?
Yeah. 2 for these. What's in it? Rice?
Rice, yeah.
Nice. Wow. Thank you. Okay, we're having a 3-course meal today. Bit of a DIY deconstructed 3-course meal. So we're starting with an appetizer of mussels, which are super popular here. I'm pretty sure they have like a proper name because there's all rice and lemon inside. The guy was super lovely. We got like, you can choose which size you want. We got sort of the second smallest because we're not massive seafood people. But he said to use it as a spoon. And he put a whole bunch of lemon on as well. It doesn't taste seafoody or fishy at all. It's just like lemony, nice rice.
It's like seawater in the little cup bit, but That's actually really good. I do not like seafood really at all. I'm really impressed by that. Can't taste much fishiness, lots of lemon, but the rice feels so savory. Big fan. Who knew? On to the main course, thing I've been starving for all day. Forgot the name, but it's the Turkish taco.
Hello.
It's a nice little picnic spot. So we got Tantuni, I think that's how you pronounce it, which is what we've heard is a Turkish taco. I went for beef and Jordan got chicken. But they basically get these thin wraps out, put it on top of the meat so it gets all steamy and juicy, shove it full of meat, it looked like onions, maybe some tomatoes, wrapped it all up, cut it up, and then lay it on like yogurt, I think it was. I don't know which one's whose. So much yogurt or sour cream, like peppers maybe. This is gonna be so messy. Ah! That is awesome. It's like really tender, savory meat inside, and it is almost like a sour cream yogurt. Then there's like this tiny little heat coming from whatever she sprinkled on top. Oh, you're gonna love this.
I don't know why I blew on it. Wow. That is incredible. That goes shooting up the list of best foods we've had, like the whole time we've been going. I don't know how to describe that, but like Mexican burrito with a Turkish influence. I don't know, but it's amazing. It's so good. I've not really seen it much elsewhere in Turkey. Is everywhere in Turkey? Ah, right. For some reason they have a lot of stores here that do it, but if you don't want to risk it, go to the one we went to. Holy moly, that's tasty. That was amazing, and I'm not just saying it. Efsane Tantuni, if you're here, if you go to Çanakkale, get that.
I'm pretty sure you can get Tantuni without the yogurty twist to it, but it was really nice.
Yeah, that needs it. That was amazing.
Yeah. For our side dish or dessert, our third course in our 3-course meal, corn.
Then maybe a beer. We'll see.
Third and final picnic. We've got grilled corn. We've come down to a part where there's all these boats floating. We went for grilled because yum. It's corn.
There are so many places selling corn there. I don't understand. Who goes there, sees that there's 8 selling corn and says, oh yeah, I'll set mine up too, we'll sell some corn. Crazy.
It's not as hot as I would like, but the char grill's nice. Last stop of the day, we've decided to treat ourselves to a beer with this amazing view of Çanakkale and the Gallipoli Peninsula. What a whirlwind of a day. Nothing really went to plan. We got amazing food. Corn was disappointing. An hour walk took forever. It's been a good day though. I've decided to go for a Turkish tea because it's the first time we're having it in Turkey. And our lovely server just told us that we've come to the best place in Çanakkale, and it's been here since 1974. Is that what he said? 1974, that's crazy. Oh, it smells nice.
We're just gonna sit here, have this beer, take it in, watch the sunset. Çanakkale's been awesome. Highly recommend if you're in Istanbul and you've got an extra day, pop out to Çanakkale.
I feel like it's one of those places in Turkey that you never really hear of, but it is amazing. Definitely add it to the list, especially if you want to do the Gallipoli Peninsula or Anzac Cove. Let me try my tea. I like the cups. Really good. Delicious. Next time you see us, we'll be in a different seaside town that's equally as small and under the radar. Do you agree?
I agree.
Do you agree? You think you're really pretty?
Aynen benim de zombi bile.